Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
Hey, here we are, Wednesday, Hump Day. It is February 25th, 2026. I'm your host, your guide, the Squatchdetective, Steve Kulls, along my co-host, Mr. Chris Bennett. How fast is that?
Steve, that was a quick intro, man. Quick is good. On? Yeah, no. Oh, not much. Man, I got my first, my forensic witness interviewing book in today, or yesterday, rather. And I'm enjoying it very well. Yeah. You got one too? Okay, cool. Yeah, mine was delivered a day late. It's supposed to have been here Monday. It ended up showing up here Tuesday. And but you know, I guess showing up is better than not showing up at all.
Well, mine was supposed to show up tomorrow.
Yeah, you got yours early. Maybe they switched them around a little bit there.
I don't know. Well, I was originally supposed to get it last week, but I think the snowstorm kind of slowed everything up.
Yeah, well, it's a Monday delivery, so I was expecting it on Monday. Of course, you know, usually we order stuff that's supposed to be delivered on Sunday, which, you know, I don't mind if they want to just leave it in the car until Monday. But, you know, through the post office, they actually deliver 7 days a week here. And but what they usually end up doing is go ahead and taking next Sunday off, which I don't blame them. And then they'll deliver the thing that was supposed to be here Sunday, Monday. But that's all right. I think they leave the packages in their car in the weather, though, because...
Yeah, you got a warped cover.
Mine showed up, yeah, the cover's a little bit warped there.
I would
didn't
definitely...
like that.
I don't know. That could have been a factory thing, but I would call Amazon.
No.
Call Amazon. Let them give you a...
No. What I'm probably going to do is to put some weight on it and press it with... You
can do that, but if it doesn't work, call Amazon. They'll give you a new one for free, and it doesn't cost me anything.
We'll try the weight repair first, because I do have a few other books. Believe it or not, I actually have a few. But yeah, we'll put some weight on it and see what that does. But no big deal. And you know, I read through the first chapter today, and I liked it. It was good. I liked it.
Did you learn anything?
Yes, I did. And, you know, we were discussing this the other night, and I was talking about, like, the questions to ask, you know, about, well, did you smell any strange odors? You know, well, turns out that's a biased question. I would be injecting my bias. And you brought that up, that what you would just say, did you smell anything? You know, okay, well, that's a much better question, and it leaves out all bias. And
that's actually something called environmental anchoring.
Yeah.
And what you're trying to do is anchor the account to the environment, senses, what you sensed in the environment.
Yeah, it's always...
What did you smell? What did you feel?
Yeah.
You know...
it's very difficult, especially, you know, if you are... a Bigfoot researcher, and you already have your belief is centered, or your understanding, especially if you've had a sighting, you realize, well, I'm biased. So it's difficult. You've got to take that out of it during the interview process, and that's going to be the hard thing to do.
Well, you know? when you start reading the chapters and looking at the examples and the sample scripts, you will, if you start living it, breathing it, absorbing it becomes second nature to you. It's like, okay, I understand. Now I know how to ask that question.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to, you know, unfortunately, I put it down after the first, I wanted to get through at least 25 pages, or the first chapter, and I put it down. You know, I was not feeling it today, have some shoulder pain that I'm working through.
I had some sciatic pain today too.
But see, that's with me, the way I like to read a book twice. And I'll read through it, and I'll try to give myself a day or two to absorb what I've read. And then I'll go back and read it again. And this time I'll be looking for things that I missed the first time.
I think this book you will find yourself reading a few times.
Yeah.
Because
it's a textbook, babe. Yeah.
Yeah, you made an observation that I did not call them chapters. I called them
sessions. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the book is made up of 8 different sessions.
Yes.
Each representing one of the steps of the forensic interview model.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So well done. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't expect to get halfway through and then throw it away. I'm expecting this to be good because the first chapter has been good. And I've already learned something. And that's the main thing to me. If you can learn something new, especially something important. Okay. Most of us, we learn something new every day by reading through news or something, online articles or whatever, or watching a video. We'll learn something new every day. But if it's something that's important and influential to help you with something you're doing in your life, that's really important to me. And this book has done that so far already out of the gate. We're going to do a roll call. We've got quite a few people. Hey guys.
One thing though, I got to make mention. I like putting stuff in the book, and like I was pointing out to Chris, at the very end of it, I actually give you a sample worksheet.
Yeah, make yourself bigger so we can see, man. Go ahead, please.
You have a sample worksheet. No, you just need to see that for now.
Yeah.
And what that does, and that's something you can copy, print off, take with you.
Right.
And now you have an interview guide.
Yeah. And you're going to be running a class coming up
in May.
Yep.
We're going to be doing an 8-session class in May, each about one chapter of it, and we'll have. I may see if somebody will want to come online and do a little mock stuff too. Each session, we should have a little example of what we're teaching.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe not for the first session, but because I want everybody to walk away with this being armed to the teeth with how to do this.
Right.
So, very important. All right, let's do the roll call tonight.
Yeah.
So first in today was Danny Weeks, Southern Sierra Bigfoot. Next in was Grant Rasha, who, he just left. He's kind of feeling under the weather still. Reverend Quantum Bigfoot, how are you? Mitch Hargrove, good to see you.
Rev.
Helix Khan,
Mitch.
what's happening, brother?
Helix, welcome.
I think we also saw Gary Johnson's in the house. We saw Roker Gepta. I saw Jen, Karen Fisher.
Hey, Jen. Karen.
Arthur Watch, the Susie Monster. Hello.
Susie.
Hello, Don Gamel Jr.
Hey, Don.
And did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Yep, I did. So, of course, we always have a little smaller crowd on Wednesday nights just for the
tickled to death to see everybody in here, though. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
And I'm still scrolling. There's quite a few guys that are really talking, though. And that's good. I love that. I love to see the active chat. I love for you guys to be engaged, and it helps us. Appreciate it.
And Corn Cob said, and Mick came in a little late.
Yeah, so we got to watch out there.
Corn Cob say.
Hey, Mick and Corn Cob say. And I'm sure we have a few lurkers out there, and that's welcome to you guys, too.
That's right.
We appreciate having you here listening. If you don't want to use the chat, that's fine. I do it myself a lot, too. It's love lurking.
Just hang in the background.
You let the show play while you're doing something else and listening in the background. I like that.
But anyway, I had a really rough morning today with the sciatic nerve.
It was back. Okay.
It was back.
Yeah.
And that's because I worked it a lot the day before. I was feeling a little better. Yeah. I was doing a lot more stuff than I maybe should be. So I have it next.
You'll need to go to the doctor. They'll probably put you on one of those crappy prednisone packs that's make you about halfway sick for about a week.
After I get a shot in the buttocks.
Yeah, that shot would help, man. I loved that. They did that to my lower back. They numbed it. I didn't get a cortisone shot in the lower back, but they gave me a shot to numb the lower back when they were doing tests to find out if certain surgery would help. And after you give me that shot, man, I was like, oh my God, I'm cured. I was like walking around normal. I felt good.
Yeah,
for 12 hours.
My guess is they're not even going to bother giving me an X-ray because of the mechanism of injury. It was just I went to pick something up and that was it. So they'll try the pain relief first, see if that relieves it, and if it doesn't, then they'll have to dig.
Well, if they have to stick the needle in your lower back, you're going to feel it, my man. I mean, it does not feel pleasant whatsoever.
I know that.
You've had it done before?
Remember, I had the whole surgery thing done on my neck, which is the spine too. So
that really sucks. And they had this needle about this long, It's like, that's going in me.
I don't think they're going to give me a lumbar puncture. I think what they're going to do is they're going to give me a cortisone shot into the fascia of the area around the sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
Because it may be the swelling of the muscle tissue that's causing that. And then they'll put me on a steroid to do anything internally.
Yeah.
And that should...
Reverend Quantum Bigfoot says, I find the anesthetic shot worse than the lumbar puncture. Yeah, Rev, that's the thing. They give you like multiple shots and they say, well, these are just to numb it up to make it better. Well, those don't feel good. And when they stick that one in there, evidently they didn't get enough anesthetic down in the places where it's supposed to help me because, man, my eyes rolled back in my head when he jabbed me in the back. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. He said, hold still, Mr. Bennett, hold still. I said, yes, I'm holding still, and I said some curse words. I apologized for it. I said, but I told the doctor, I said, well, I apologize for my language. I said, but that really hurt me. That really was unpleasant.
Reverend Quantum Bigfoot says, that doesn't help. I have a serious phobia of hypodermic needles.
Oh,
the thing is where I get the shots, I don't really see them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true, but I have no fear of hypodermic needles.
Here's the funny thing. When I was a medic, I used to stick people all the time. I'd actually draw blood, start IVs, draw blood.
Yeah.
IM shots, depending. So here is but if somebody goes to stick a needle in my arm, I don't normally watch. I'll just look away and let them do it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I never did like needles as a kid, but after I turned 18 and I enlisted in the Air Force and we had to walk down I guess it was probably a 60 feet long hallway and there were yellow lines about every 3 feet. And it would say, okay, step up to the line, stand still. And then some people would shoot shots in my left arm and some people on the right would shoot shots in my right arm.
Yeah.
And they would say, okay, next, step to the next line. I would step over to the next line, and sure enough, here it goes again. Shoom, shoom, step to the next line. Yeah. And, I had probably 30 freaking shots.
And they're inoculating you for every disease known on the planet Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's some that don't exist. Yeah, it was just horrible. We had to take a freaking cold pill, too. We took they gave us experimental drugs. It was a pill that's supposed to keep you from catching a cold. Mine worked. Yeah. Mine worked. I have not had a cold since 1985. Okay.
Wow. I think my last one, did I have a minor one last year? I did. I had a minor one last year.
Right.
But, and that was the first time I'd been sick in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. So.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because the next day, about half of us woke up and our noses were stopped up and runny. And one guy said, well, fellas, my cold pill worked. But I've got a cold, sure enough. Oh, man.
Yeah. Hello, Sandra Piper.
Sandra, welcome.
But yeah, we're only going to be here for, a little bit tonight, just chit chat and say hello. And
Yeah. Mick said, I'd inject myself if I knew what works against sciatica. Until then, alcohol will have to do. Yeah, it sucks, Mick.
oh yeah, well, we'll see what happens. If they tell me they can't do nothing, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. Because
No, Mick, it wasn't ivermectin. It was something else. It was some kind of deal where it was supposed to prevent colds, keep you from catching a cold. And man, it worked. It worked. I don't know what. There's probably some kind of shit give me cancer later on in life. That's all right. I have plenty of other things to give me cancer to do.
no, I mean, it just means that every time you fart, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission sees a spike in radiation. Like, what the hell is that?
Oh, dude. Oh, yes. I've been irradiated. Sure have.
I will say this, Chris. I do have one fear.
What's that?
I have a fear that this shit's not going to go away, and I'm going to be like this the rest of my life.
I'm with you on those kind of fears. Yes, it sucks. And mine, when I got injured in that accident, thank you, big truck, for ruining me. But when I got injured in that wreck, the parts of your lower backbone that are fused together, right? They don't really move, those right. few lower joints of the bottom of your backbone. Well, mine got broken up. So now they'll move around.
Yeah.
And when they would move a certain way, it would get that sciatic nerve, and that's when I would get that. Now, I feel for you, man, because I know what you're going through. An excruciating pain starts in the butt and feels like it runs out and shoots out of your big toe. It's like, oh, my God.
Yeah, mine doesn't go quite that far. Mine goes down to maybe just above my knee.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes down through my calf, but most of the time, it hasn't hit my foot yet. But my knee, and it just makes you feel like you're going to fall over.
Yeah.
And the issue, the one interesting issue is that they believe this may be compression.
Right.
Because I had been sitting, because I had that 2-week course, and I was sitting in the chair all day long. Yep. And then I was still doing podcasts at night, so there would be days I would be sitting here being up for like 14, 16 hours and actually sitting here for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
And that's
maybe make a trip to the chiropractor and they put you on one of those stretcher things. Might stretch that out and relieve some of that compression. Maybe.
Yeah, Mick or Rev, I wouldn't be able to go to work if I was on any of those types of things.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Because I wouldn't be able to drive. Because technically, if I'm on those type of medications and I drive and they pull me over, they could test me and I could be charged with a DWI.
Yeah.
Hello, Bat Mom. Good to see you.
Bat Mom, welcome. Yeah, that's the thing too. And when you have a one of these permanent injuries, and you end up having to go to the doctor I go every 3 months, and they are constantly, there at the beginning they were constantly trying to prescribe pain meds.
Jen, that's a good idea. I may be able to squeak in the chiropractor tomorrow.
Yeah. They can stretch you out and that'll relieve some pressure. If that's what it's causing, it'll help.
Yeah.
But my doctor was, the first few visits I was there, he was constantly trying to prescribe me pain medication. And I was like, no. He's like, well, don't you have pain? I was like, daily. I have pain right now. But if I can't take a couple of ibuprofen or a couple of Tylenols, or, I buy the generic acetaminophenes, okay? But if I can't take a couple of those and relieve it enough to where I can lay down and feel some relief, I said, I'm just going to hurt because I don't want to get addicted to pain medication.
Right. Yeah, because that
that's going to happen. Exactly. I've seen it happen to people that were innocent and did not want to go around, hooked on drugs. And they started taking this prescribed pain medication And before you know it, now they've got to have it. I don't want to get in that situation.
Thanks for that, Matt. I will give that a try. I have not heard that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. I'll try.
Roll up hand towel under your thighs and sit with your weight on that.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
One thing I have done is I got that orthopedic seat cushion.
Yeah.
And I took it off today because it hurts too much.
Yep.
It actually feels
maybe
better
putting pressure in the wrong area.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. And I think that's what's aggravating it now. So, but I will try that. Not with me, Corn Cob. Oreo cookies can give a cocaine type buzz. Not with me, Corn Cob. I'm a diabetic. If I eat too many Oreo cookies, I just go to sleep.
Oreos are good. I'm not really a sweet person, but if I have cookies, I either want chocolate chips or Oreos.
And you got to have milk.
And yes, yeah, absolutely. Have to have milk. With either one, you need a glass of milk. And that's a question. How do you eat your Oreo cookies, Steve? Do you just pull one out of the package and...
I dunk them.
Dunk them? Well, I'll tell you what. I have I pull mine apart first. I eat the icing from the inside like I always did since I was a kid.
And you give the little chocolate wafers to the dog.
No. I go ahead. I dunk the little chocolate chip or the chocolate wafer down in the milk, and then I'll eat it. But the icing has to be that's consumed first. Yes.
See, I went to a very strange Catholic church once, and the communion wafers were just these little Oreos.
Oh, those are cool. Yeah.
Why does this look like it's been licked?
Oh, no.
Apparently, the priest had a Oreo cream addiction.
I thought you were going to say that you went to the Catholic church and took communion and you asked for salsa. You got any salsa to go with these? Oh, man. Here we are talking about cookies. We're supposed to be talking about Bigfoot-related stuff, man. Oh. Yeah, Mick, you got to pull those Oreos apart. You're right.
Well, it's Wednesday night. We talk about anything on Wednesday. Anything
goes
on
true.
Wednesday. Anything goes on Wednesday nights.
That's true.
That's our new rule. Wednesday nights are free for all.
Yes, there you go. Bigfoot fades. Says we all know double stuffed Oreos is just what regular size Oreos were in the 90s. Actually, they were in the 70s. They were regular size. Now they call them double stuffed bull.
Yeah, one thing that's always irritated me about candy is the fun size.
Yeah.
Right. The fun size are like these little things. That's not fun.
No.
Now give me a friggin' candy bar this big. That's fun.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah. And, they used to be common. You could buy a Hershey's chocolate bar around here with almonds or without. But they were like the king size. And these things were huge. They were, much larger than my phone. Much larger. And much thicker than my phone, too. But those things were great. And they were like, I don't know, 79 cents or 99 cents. It was just unbelievable. But yes, okay. I can remember when gas was 35 cents a gallon. Yes, I'm old. Okay.
Well, the church was trying to save money.
Yes. Yeah, I have the communion wafers. We do that. Of course, don't get me wrong. I'm not a regular church attendee, but I am a member of the Rock Springs Baptist Church. And every so often they did do communion, and it's not like the Catholics. You got your. Well, I guess it is kind of like the Catholics. Same thing. This is the body of Christ. But I can remember thinking, dude, this cracker needs some cheese on it or something. It's like really plain, really, And I was a kid then too.
Yeah, I just.
the baptism was fun. I remember that. The preacher held me under an extraordinarily long amount of time. I thought maybe I had a lot of extra stuff to try to wash away. I don't know. But I remember thinking,
They go to submerge you in the pool, it starts to bubble. You know you're screwed.
The fish are dying. Yes, it was terrible.
Looks like a witch's cauldron when they put you in the
but
baptismal pool.
Yeah, I remember they give you like a handkerchief to put over your face so water doesn't go up your nose. Of course, we were baptized in like a little creek thing, a river. And it's, not really crystal clear water. So
in the background, the guys.
Yeah. But it's a place. It's called Rhodey, Kentucky. You can look it up. And they had a place there that's just where the church is used for baptizing their people. And they gave me a little. Mom and Dad gave me a little handkerchief to put over my mouth and my nose, so when they dunked me under, water wouldn't rush in. And, they were fearful of me drowning, I guess. I don't know. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But I stuffed that over my face, and when they held me under, I was like, how long is this? How long is this supposed to be? How long am I supposed to be under here? It's like... But perhaps because
Chris
I
didn't realize they were just testing to see if he would make a good seal.
I was younger, so, I was probably overthinking it.
I got rebaptized back in 2016.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
At Life Church. Yep.
Yeah.
I figured, I looked at it that way. The first time when I was baptized, I was just a few days old because they didn't expect me to live because I was born 2 months premature back in the 60s. And
that was, you lucky to be here.
I was 2 pounds, 12 ounces.
Yeah.
So I was baptized pretty quick by a Lutheran pastor, and because that was the first one they could grab. You never know; it could have been a rabbi. And my parents were both excommunicated Catholics because back in the 60s, if you got divorced, you got excommunicated from the church.
Oh.
They have since changed that. And I decided in 2017 that I'm going to do it again. This time it's on my own volition.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a fun thing.
That's the thing. I was kind of like set up to do it by my parents. It wasn't something that I said, I want to do this. No. It was like, okay, well, you're going to get baptized on Sunday. Okay.
Helix Khan makes a great point. And that's Zorth already does maintain the Christianity.
Yeah.
That's what makes everything really, really so anthropomorphic with Dr. Matt is that, Zorth they're all Christian. They all believe in Christ.
Yeah, well, I don't think that would work with Sasquatch, Mick. I don't think. To me personally, I don't believe they have a language, but they may have communication, but I don't think they can understand
they may
the
have
concept.
their own type of language, but not a complex language such as our own.
Yeah, I don't think they would
enunciate. What's that? The Fox 2 something gene that we've talked about here before.
Yes.
That we have that a lot of the other primates do not.
That was the study. That was really good. If you guys can find a video or the write-up on it, whatever, watch that, about the FOX2 gene experiments they did with mice. They incorporated this human speech gene into mice, and some of the ones they did started squeaking differently than the other ones.
Maybe with a little more articulation. Because that's basically the reason why we have the ability, that thanks to this gene, to articulate speech a little more complex.
Hey, can we get a little more cheese up in here?
Our other primate brethren.
Yeah. And I'm not one for, I'm a believer in let everybody believe how they choose, how they're called, how they feel. Yeah. And that's the thing, I'm married to a Buddhist, and we get along just fine. I'm Baptist, she's Buddhist. She sees things her way, I see things my way, and, that's just the way it's going to be.
I'm a horrible person. Because when you said Buddhist, I almost did this.
Well, I gotta say, they've got something going for them that we don't as Baptists, especially a Baptist that was raised on a farm. They're like, oh no, you can't harm any living thing. Well, that doesn't work out too well on the farm. Okay, we raised our own hogs and
Don't say that. Don't say that too loud, Chris. You're from Kentucky.
Yeah, that didn't.
Most people think that a Kentucky farmer sees there's a sheep.
No, we don't raise sheep. No, there are people that have them, but there's kind of like more of a hobby than anything. Yeah, probably. But when we raise beef cattle and we raise hogs, there's no illusion there. If you want to, you can make pets out of them, go out there and give them names and everything. But come the time of harvest, when it's time to take them off to the processing facility, what comes home and goes in the freezer, you can't be calling it a name or you won't eat it.
That's right. And, what happens if Chris brings up any of that to his wife? She turns around to him at dinner time and says,
"Nothing for you."
Yeah. Well, it's not like that. She's not a. What do you call those people that live on leaves?
right,
Vegetarians.
She's not a vegetarian. Yet.
No, she's not a vegetarian. But they just don't believe in harming animals themselves. And that's the thing. Even we loved fishing, and we were both really hooked on fishing. We got it in as a hobby, and of course she loves fresh fish. She was raised on the island, and she loves fresh fish. And while she was pregnant with my son Andy, she would not go fishing. I mean, she would go with me, but she would not put a line in the water. And I said, well, why not? She said, because they believe that, when you're pregnant, if you can't go fishing because it might hurt, the hook would hurt the fish's lip. And you can't cause an animal a pain, or it could come back on your pregnancy.
Huh,
and that was, I don't know if that was a religious belief or a wives' tale belief. But
in truth, it rings true to me too. I couldn't. People ask if I've ever hunted before. No.
Yeah.
Nope. I fished, but I never hunted.
Yeah.
And even to me, I mean, I pulled up a 43-pound hake.
Yeah.
Huge fish. And it's kind of like a cod.
Yeah.
And after a while, I started feeling guilty about it, that I killed this 43-pound creature. It's just something that weighs upon you.
That's the thing. You're tender-hearted, and that's okay. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I was, however, raised on the farm.
People say, well, you eat them. I do, but I get them from...
Not that one. Yeah.
I get them where they've been...
You pay someone else to do the dirty work. That's what
it is. As it is. I'm to the point where I do not need to harm another creature because there's enough provided to me in the store.
Yes, right. Somebody else harmed it for you.
And I get that, like the deer population, that needs to be culled every so often. Otherwise, there would be an increase in auto accidents and there would be a run. I understand the same thing. They do that sometimes with coyotes and other predatory animals and stuff.
Sure.
And I get that all.
Yeah,
But
if you hit a deer,
I just couldn't.
If you hit a deer and kill it, you might as well take it back to the house. Process it, because what good's it going to do to leave it on the side of the road and rot?
And believe it or not, a lot of times in New York, the trooper will let you know if you can. They'll let you know you can take that deer if you want.
Yeah, yeah. And that's really, we had one hit in front of my home here. Then the next morning, I was out there like, there's a dead deer at my mailbox. I was like, what the heck? I didn't see when it happened. It happened sometime during the night. And I thought about it. I thought, well, boy, it wouldn't be like, a 5-minute job to get those tenderloins out of there. And you guys that's ever done that before know what I mean. But I didn't. I didn't because I didn't want to upset anybody. in the house here. But yeah, I thought about that. I said, boy, that's a lot of tenderloin being left there for nothing.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, I just called the county and had them come. Yeah, if you guys don't care, come and pick this thing up before it starts smelling.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing is you hear some folks that'll go, hell yeah, well that'll feed my family for the whole season. That deer, right?
Well, yeah, there's really not that much meat on.
Yeah, but the other thing I like to counter that with, so you just eat strictly deer the whole season? You don't have like chicken or turkey during Thanksgiving or a ham during Christmas? So
no, Mick, it wasn't in my mailbox. It was near my mailbox. Maybe I worded that wrong. But I went out there to check the mail, and there, laying a few feet away from my mailbox, was a deer that had been hit by a car.
In actuality, the deer was actually on a mailbox campaign. It was leaving, advertisements for anti-deer hunting in the mailboxes, and somebody clipped it.
Yeah, there were pieces of grill and stuff laying there near my mailbox too, which I had Andy pick those up. But yeah, the evidence was there that somebody clearly.
Yeah, the only grill by that deer was in your backyard.
Yeah, he got bopped. Oh, I don't know, Rev. I don't think so. I doubt they know where I live.
I'll be right back, Chris.
Yeah, okay, man. But yeah, he was just out there, and again, I thought about it. Well, that just happened last night, so because he wasn't there the day before, and I thought about, since it hadn't been that long, I would try it. But oh yeah, there you go. Don says, yeah, deer get bruised badly when hit. That's true. Yeah, the meat would have been no good. Let's see, that's why I was thinking about the back straps. I know the hams, especially on one side, would be totally mushed. But I was thinking about the tenderloin is along the back strap, along the backbone. I don't want to gross anybody out, but that's where it is. And if you get one hit, there's usually one side is still going to be good for all you roadkill enthusiasts out there. But Mick says, I'm glad you cleared that up. If I saw a deer stuffed in a mailbox, I'd suspect a cult of vegan Sasquatch are responsible. Oh, no, Mick. Oh, yeah, Ref, pre-tenderized. Yeah, once they get hit, they're tenderized. But that's the thing, in Kentucky, if you're driving along, especially on the back roads, after dark, there's a good chance that one's going to run out in front of you. And it's not like, you're driving through the country intending to hit a deer. It's just like, they just decide to run out in front of you. I don't know whether they feel a certain way. They're going to end it all or what, but it's their fault. It's like you don't have anything to do with it. But, if you do hit one, in that case, if I hit one, yes, I would take it back to the house with me after calling law enforcement and reporting the incident first. But there'll be something there to salvage rather than to leave and let rot. Because there's not a lot of coyotes that hang around the roadways. That's the thing.
I know this guy hit so many animals on the road that he replaced his hood ornament with the bullseye.
Well, when we were driving...
I will tell you this. I know a guy who saw a wild turkey crossing the road. He freaking...
Yeah.
Got out, picked it up, put it in the back of his car, came home, looked at his daughter and said, clean it.
Yeah. Well, my dad was driving through the Mammoth Cave National Park, and on the edge he was headed to Brownsville, and Highway 70, I think it is, goes through Mammoth Cave, the edge of it, and he hit a flying turkey. The turkey was in flight. It flew right out in the road in front of him. It busted the grill on. He was driving an 88, 89 Chevrolet truck. It busted the grill of his truck. It pushed in the hood, and then hit the windshield and broke the windshield. So we're talking, his whole truck was pretty much taken out of commission by a wild turkey.
Wow.
So, it can happen. And, years ago, I would have to drive through, come up off Green River, when I was coming home, maybe coming home about 2:00 in the morning from my old trucking job that I had. And there's one spot in the area, down near Green River Bridge, and you come up through, and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. And the water department has a setup down there where they pump water from the river and clean it for our drinking water. And they have a large area that's mowed, that's kept very nice. And the deer tend to congregate there because it's a nice open field, and it's always mowed, so the grass is very tender, and they love that. And as I was coming through there about 2 a.m., a lot of times they would be, when you drive through there, you drive about 25 miles an hour. Okay, the speed limit's 55, but you slow it down. And I'd stop. There was some deer crossing the road. So I stopped, with 25 feet, 30 feet, whatever, away from them, let them get across the road. And it was just more and more and more, kept going. It was a whole complete herd. And then I heard noises on the left side of me. They start coming out of the woods next to me. And one ran into the fender of my, at that time I was driving a Chevy Trailblazer, ran into my fender, and another ran into my door. And I was like, I'm just sitting still there. And they run over me and like, why? Why? I was screaming out the window, why? But they did. Dented my fender, rascals. I'm just sitting there. But I would estimate there was probably at least 75 deer in that herd that went across. Yeah. And had I been driving through there at, 55 or more, I would have probably taken out 8 or 10 deer. That truck would have been totaled completely. Yeah.
The deer would have been carrying you back.
Yeah. Oh man, it was something. They had a lot. That was the most I'd ever seen. Yeah, mid kamikazes. That's what they were. That was the most I'd ever seen in my life. One herd of deer. I didn't think they had that many deer, in the area. But my God, at least 75. Probably much more than that. But I'm thinking 75.
Jen has a great comment too.
Oh yeah, Jen says when we lived in Pennsylvania, drive up the side of the mountain, and deer would be standing in the middle with their heads down in a pothole. We came to realize that deer make potholes. I don't know.
Why don't the deer cross at the deer crossing signs?
Another situation I got into when I was coming home at about 2 a.m. that on that same road, I was going around a curve, and this is way away from the Green River and the water processing plant. I came around the curve in the road, and as soon as I got around the curve, my headlights hit a whole herd of deer standing in the middle of the road. Now, I didn't have any place to go but either right through the middle of the flock or the herd, or I saw just to the right that field there off of the side of the road was an open field. So I said, So there I went. I was driving my Mustang, and I went off into the open field. Unfortunately, there was about a 4-foot drop there, so the nose dug into the ground at first. But I came up out of that field, and it kept on going. And I drove about, maybe a quarter of a mile through the field, and I came out at the guy's house driveway that lived there at the edge of that open field. There were no fences, thank goodness. But, man, yeah. I saved myself. I saved my car that night. I did have to clean some mud out of underneath the front end there. But, yeah, straight off the road, man. But, man, it's just dangerous. Dangerous to drive around here at night.
Remember many years ago, we got dispatched when I was a volunteer firefighter. We got dispatched because there was a farm that had 4 cows in it, and they got loose.
4 cows got loose.
Yeah. And there was only 2 patrol officers on duty for the town. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
we need help. So, but I had to drive past the area where the cows were.
Right.
So the whole time I'm just waiting for the centerline bovine, like, I get to the firehouse. And by the time I got to the firehouse, they're like, oh yeah, they got him.
Yeah.
And one of the cops coming, yeah, I'm driving down the road. All of a sudden I see, you're like, what the hell is that? Moo.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, cows are, it's really important to keep a good fence up because cows are really a problem. Hey, Jason. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, they're a problem when they get out on the road because if you hit a deer, that's one thing. If you hit a 12 to 1,400 pound cow with your vehicle, that's like hitting a wall. They're really damaging. I mean, yeah. But that's the thing. No. Oh no, Mick. Oh no. Cruelty to snakes and deer. No. I'm not cruel to deer. My behavior around snakes could be considered a bit on the harsh side because if I'm driving along and I see one going down the road, I will make an effort to end him with the wheel of the vehicle, squish him. And I have been known to miss one and turn around and go back.
So if you see a snapping turtle, would you go after a snapping?
No, I don't run over those. No.
But they would take a toe or a finger off.
Finger, yes, they can take
Quicker
a finger.
than-
Yes. No, I have a respect for snapping turtles. I don't.
tend to when I see as I think I showed pictures of it this year. Oh,
In Kentucky, people tend to run over turtles crossing the road just so they can hear them pop. That's not very nice. And I don't. What's that? What happened?
I'm not going to announce it until it's officially announced.
Okay.
I'll tell you, Chris.
Did we already discuss this a little bit earlier? But
No, this is a whole new one.
Okay. All right. But, they, sometimes I will stop and help a turtle across the road, especially if it's a land turtle. If it's a snapping turtle, maybe not so much. But if it's a land turtle or a tortoise or something, yeah, I'll stop and kind of help them across. And, why would I do that? Isn't that stupid? But, yeah, I do. If it's a snapping turtle, depending on the size, I may stop and help him, and then again, I may drive on. But I'm definitely not going to run over him just for the noise. And, I did find out, though, as I used to drive across the U.S., not during the trucking, but when I was in the Air Force, go back from New Mexico to Kentucky quite often. And I found that if you're in Texas or Arkansas and you see something that looks like an armored raccoon, you better not hit it with your car because it's like hitting a concrete block. Boom! Those little armadillo things, they are horrendous if you hit one with your car. It's like, I'm serious. It's like you hit a concrete block in the middle of the road. It will destroy your car. Never hit one of them.
Let's just say, Chris, the speaking calendar's filling up fast.
Okay, good.
And it just like most of the events were like in the second half of the year, and now I got one that's not very far away. I got to get my butt in gear now.
Yeah.
I got to get the sciatic nerve fixed.
Yeah, you got to get that straightened out for your travel, dude. Faster Man says, what about puppies? I got bit by one once. It didn't hurt, but you never know, and why take a chance? Well, No, I don't go around clubbing puppies, okay? Yes, I've been bit several times by pups, but they weren't venomous. That's that's the thing. They're not venomous, and I'm the same way about non-venomous snakes. I'm not so, you know, I don't know what you would say. I don't have the zeal to end a non-venomous snake the same as I would to end a venomous snake. But if he comes in the house, that's clearly crossing a line. If he goes into my garage, that's clearly crossing a line there. So that never ends well.
Well, how many people kill bats to get in the house?
I don't know. Most of the times I've seen videos of them, people are just running from them.
Well, they are a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
And I've only had one bat in the house ever in my life. And I remember I was in bed.
Yeah.
And Watson was just a pup at the time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I noticed him like.
Right. He knew.
Right. And I heard this noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking, and all of a sudden I just like this far from my head.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, there's
buzzing,
a bat
yeah.
now, right? So I roll out of bed, get over to the light, turn the light on,
Yeah.
get the axe on the light. So luckily, I don't know how it got in the house. Do
Right.
not know.
Yeah. Well, he probably came right through the door. Yeah.
But what I did was, okay, it's in the bedroom, and the living room is across the hall, and it's a straight hallway down to the kitchen, the bathroom, my office, and then the back porch door.
Yeah.
It's just like one straight shot. I said, all right, here's what you do. I'm going to stand here by this door and wave my hand so it doesn't get in the living room,
Yeah.
right? And it'll fly, and hopefully it'll fly right out the window. Just whatever you do,
Right.
stand by the kitchen and just wave your hands, and it did. It flew right out. We just kind of
Yeah.
tracked him right out. As long as he knew we were there, he's like, okay, I'm not going to fly that way.
Yeah.
And boom, out he went.
Yeah. Usually they'll come through an open window or a doorway while you're going in or out of your house, and they can come right in before you even know it. You didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
But I haven't had that problem with
But
bat
the
in
funny
the
thing
house.
is, how the hell he get in the bedroom? He followed us.
Yeah. Oh man.
But he wasn't in the house long enough to do anything. Like we didn't find
Yeah.
any droppings or anything
Right.
like that.
Right. Yeah.
He was in, he was out. I don't know how he got in. He probably got in inside the door, and when everything went quiet, he decided to.
Oh, Don.
Oh man.
Don plays tennis with him. Okay.
No, you can actually guide them out pretty easy. All you
Yeah.
got to do is not be afraid of them and just wave your hands because they don't want nothing to do with you either. Realize that too. The only reason why they're flying close to you is because you have heat and they're trying to figure out what you are.
Yeah.
But if you start going like this, they're like, oh, that's something that I don't need to be. Mine too.
No.
You know what this is? This is kids.
But we live in there. There are a lot of bats in Kentucky, and you can easily see one outside at night. After dark, you go out there early evening. They're out eating mosquitoes and bugs, and you can see them flying around everywhere. You don't see them during the day, but at nighttime you see them everywhere. But we haven't been lucky enough. I call wood. Lucky enough, I haven't had one get into the house that I'm aware of. Of course, I don't do an inspection of my attic crawl space every day, so may have one up there didn't know about. But wow. I'm usually, I'm a live and let live kind of guy, unless they cross a line. Right. If animals cross a line, if I see a little garter snake out there in the yard, I won't bother him. If he's,
he just says, Andy, mow the lawn.
If he kind of slips into the house somewhere or another, well, okay, he's crossed the line there. I'm sorry.
I just pick the garter snake up and walk him out.
Yeah. They're not.
They're not.
They're not going to bother you. No. Now, if it was a copperhead, yeah, I don't. Well,
I used to catch garter snakes all the time in my neighborhood, and used to play with them, and they were cool.
Yeah, a buddy of mine used to catch them and let them loose in the dollar store. Doug. Shame on you. You were a bad kid, Doug.
I'm trying to see if I can't find this picture quick for you. You would appreciate this.
Yeah, I would say if you got a bat stuck in your hair, some people probably get pretty excited about that. But, basically a bat is just a mouse with wings. They're not really, I admit their teeth are kind of scary looking, but, it's not like there are vampire bats, though. That's true. They like bite you and lick the blood. That's gross. Yeah. Okay, Elton, that's okay. You could catch a snake if you want to. I think it's a good possibility, though. If you're trying to catch a snake, you might eventually get bit. I try to keep away from them, at least an arm's length or more. Yes, that's true, Mick. That's overkill. I would not do that. But, we were, the first year when we moved into this house, we were pressure washing the outside and washing the outside. I'm trying to, clean it up, make it look nice. And there were some areas up there near the roof that were opened to where it had been damaged and nobody had ever repaired it, like the soffitting, I guess is what you call it. And Andy pressure washed in that hole a little bit. And I think there was a garter snake up in there, and he kind of got knocked Chris. Down. Oh no, that's not happening for me. No. That's a pretty. What is that? Golden boa? Or?
That's a boa constrictor. Yeah.
It's pretty.
He's very nice. He was very nice. Well, he anchored on my arm a little bit. That's about it. On my other forearm. That's about it.
Yeah.
And he was cool, and but not as cool as this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that is a Saharan desert tortoise.
Yeah. I actually seen the larger version, the Galapagos tortoise. Yep. They used to have one in Park City, Kentucky, which is just up the road here at the Reptile Gardens. And he was very much like that, except he was just a lot bigger. He was a big guy.
Yeah, he was. They were awesome.
That dude there could probably take a bite out of a head of lettuce, though.
Oh, yeah. He was. There's another picture of me sitting on the deck where he's just walking by me, and he came right up to me. I was actually giving him leaves, and he was just chomping away. Yeah. Not a carnivorous tortoise. He's a leaf eater.
Yeah, and I wouldn't bother one of them, but if I got a boa constrictor in the backyard, well, I'm not sure how I would feel about that. But wouldn't bother the tortoise. I like those things.
I wouldn't bother the boa constrictor. I would just keep them away from the house because you have small dogs.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the only danger you have. A boa constrictor will not bother you. You're way too big for him to eat. But a Yorkie, that looks like prey.
Yeah.
As does a Shih Tzu, as does any other small.
Yeah. Yeah, I went into one place. They had a extremely large anaconda this guy had. And Dad asked him, what do you feed it? He said about once every 3 months, we give it a 40-pound pig. Yep. And so that's all they feed it, once every 3 months. But when he eats a pig, okay? Yeah. So,
yeah, and the thing is that you control the size of a boa by the amount you feed them. Right? They only have to eat like once a week.
Yeah.
But if you're feeding them a frozen rat every couple of days, they're going to get pretty big.
Yeah. That's the thing. Oh, well, this went by quick.
It sure did.
And
like I said, tonight's a free-for-all. It's not necessarily a talk about Bigfoot.
Right.
Just to catch up and talk about things in general, life experiences, and some fun stuff. We always start with the Bigfoot topic, but...
And we always like hanging out with you guys and appreciate you hanging out with us on Wednesday nights. It's good to see you here. I didn't see any new names here, but
No.
you know, if you're listening in on you're doing the background monitoring here, go ahead and smash the like button if you hadn't already, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, and it doesn't cost you anything. So you know, why not help promote Bigfoot research, real Bigfoot research?
You know what else doesn't cost you anything?
What's that, baby?
The Squatch Detective Report.
That's right. Yeah, get signed up. Go to Squatchdetective.com. Get signed up for the Squatch Detective Report. And the new issue is coming out in just a few days. Isn't that right, Steve?
Yeah, that's it.
And we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us. It's always an honor to have you guys. And again, you know, you guys are the greatest audience we could hope to have. We appreciate each and every one of you. And this is only possible because of you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.
All right, folks. Everybody, we'll catch you all in a couple of days, Friday night, for our Friday Night Bigfoot show. And, of course, our big show on Sunday. So, folks, thanks for being here. We love you guys. That's why we're here tonight. Didn't have much to talk about, but we figured we wanted to hang out and just talk about stuff in general. But, everybody, we'll see you all here Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Squatch-D TV. Until then, be safe. Be healthy. God bless. And, of course, keep on squatching. We'll see you all.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member. And it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.